On this camera? Sure. Actually,
Darren,
yeah, I got you.
okay.
No problem. I'll get you.
This is the first time ever doing this stuff.
I'm excited.
Do you need a stand? No, right?
No, I don't. I think I'm fine. Yeah, I think I can hold the mic.
All right.
Thanks, Joel. Wow, really good act so far. Let me see, I have my notes here. I'm going to tell a story, a mythology. This is the first time I'm ever doing this, so let's see how it comes out. I usually do stand-up, but the problem is I'm too good, and like people are just like, no one can go after. It's really embarrassing, but this time I'm just going to tell a story, so we'll see how this goes. I'm going to tell it in English also. In Spanish should be very hard, because I'm going to have a hard enough time telling it in English. But I'm an integration coach. I help people integrate psychedelic experiences, and I help people heal trauma by bringing unconscious things to consciousness. Because it's the unconsciousness that rules our life. And I think there's a very powerful, mythology is the most powerful, one of the most powerful medicines we have. We've lost touch with mythology. Mythology are these stories that explain creation or explain us. They're really very psychological stories, and in the past, people were very in touch with these stories. These were the things that they spoke about. You know, every culture has mythology. Every culture. Even Colombian culture has mythology. I'm from the United States. Our mythology is George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Paul Revere. You know, we have our mythology, Manifest Destiny. But we've lost touch with ancient mythologies, and what we've lost by doing that is we've lost a connection to something much, much bigger than ourselves that explains us, explains all our dynamism? Well, how dynamic we are and all the different contradictions that we can hold. So I'm going to tell a story, a mythology, about the goddess Kali. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. I don't know. I'm figuring this out as we're talking, and I'm high, so we'll see where that goes. So I'm always high. Yeah, not always, most of them. So I'm going to tell a mythology about the goddess Kali. Does everyone know Kali, by the way, by show of hands? So Google Kali in your phone. You'll see Kali. There's very famous images of Kali. In the Hindu philosophy, Kali is usually depicted as purple or black, and she's very destructive. She has 10 arms, 10 legs. She has all these knives. She's destroying everything in her path. And she is the goddess of birth, preservation, and destruction. So I'll tell you the story of how Kali came to be. So one day in the heavens, all these demons were just attacking all the gods, and they were beating the shit out of all of them. And all the gods were getting killed, and there was the gods went to Durga, the goddess of the power of good over evil, and they said, you gotta do something. And she was trying to fight. She was there with the other gods fighting these demons, and these demons were very powerful. They were very resilient, and then when you killed them, their blood actually multiplied into other demons. So they were incredibly resilient and just so destructive, intense. So Durga started to fight, and she was fighting as well, and she was so frustrated and she was so defeated that from her tears and her sweat, they mixed and they created the goddess Kali, who is the most powerful goddess of all the goddesses, and Durga knew this. So Kali is the most powerful, right? You can look at her picture, 10 arms, 10 legs, knives, destroying everything in sight. So Kali just goes to work and just beats the shit out of everyone, just fucking insane. She just starts obliterating every demon. And not only does she just mutilate and destroy all these demons, she has like a really long tongue, and as soon as they die and she's destroyed them, she just licks up all their blood so they can't multiply. And as she's licking up their blood, she becomes intoxicated. Their blood and all this killing and destroying just intoxicates her, and she becomes drunk and just starts obliterating everything. Like, her first goal was to destroy the demons, but once she got a taste of that delicious demon blood, she just started going after fucking everything. And the gods were like, what the fuck? Like, and George was like, I don't know what to do. Like, they were like, well, the demons are gone, you know, but she's like destroying everything in the universe. So she's out of control. So the gods go to Shiva, who is her consort. I don't know why Shiva's her consort. They never explain that. Consort's like a partner. But they never explained it because she was just born. But I guess Shiva's just the consort of everyone, you know. And Shiva is a very interesting god. Shiva is the god of yogis. Shiva is the god of time. Shiva is also a god of destruction. So Shiva is one of the most powerful gods. And a good way to describe Shiva is the divine masculine is 4 specific archetypes: a king, a warrior, a magician, and a lover. And Shiva was all those things. Shiva was the divine version of all those things. He was a warrior, a lover, you know, and he was a yogi. He finally ended up a yogi, and that was the culmination of all his adventures. So Shiva goes out there, and he's like, all right, I'll take care of it. So at first, he tries to sweet talk Kali, and he's like, look, if you stop, you know, we'll create a celebration for you. It'll be delicious. We'll have food that's never been created. We will worship you like you've never been worshipped. And Kali doesn't give a shit. She's just still, why would she want that when she's destroying the shit out of everything? There's nothing better than that, trust me. So then Shiva, he tries to rationalize with her. He tries to rationalize with her. And he tells her, look, if you destroy the universe, nothing's going to exist. Like, you're not going to exist here either. And that doesn't work. So then Shiva's like tries to impose his will. I mean, he's this divine masculine, and he realizes immediately that shit's not going to work at all. That's the worst option of all of them. So Shiva realizes that, okay, there's nothing I can do to stop this. But remember, Shiva is the divine. He's as divine as the masculine can be. That masculine energy. He's a king. He's a warrior. He's a lover. He's a magician. And as a warrior, he sees Kali, and he just loves what she's doing. Like, as a warrior, she is just, nothing can stand up to that. You know, she has 10 arms, just everything. And then as a lover, and the lover is someone who just loves life and creation, he just loves the artistry of her chaos, how she's just obliterating everything in sight. And it's so chaotic, but it's so beautiful. And as a magician, which is a teacher, he knows, maybe this has to happen. Maybe we need everything to just be destroyed. Maybe we've reached a point where, you know, we've gone past the point of reconciliation, and trying to rationalize from here or impose any will is not going to work. We need absolute destruction, chaos. And finally, as a king, he makes the decision. He knows there's nothing I can do about this. I might as well just enjoy it, because it is beautiful. So he lies back, and he just lies down and like watching Kali destroy everything. And Kali, so touched by his surrender and his vulnerability, wakes up. She wakes up from this intoxication, and she begins dancing on him. And if you look up the image, you'll see it. She's dancing on top of Shiva, and that creates the universe. That creates the universe. Kali without Shiva is destruction, but Kali with Shiva is creation. And if you want to look at it through the eyes of mythology, Shiva's the god of time, and Kali is the god of creation. So with time and motion, you have creation. You have all this. Now, that's a great story. I know. Don't worry. You don't have to applaud or anything. I could have told it better, but I still think it was good, especially the first time. But no. I don't even trust me. But thank you. But how does it tie into today? You know, that's the point of mythology. Otherwise, mythology is just stories. And you can see in the world we live in today that we live in an age of chaos and destruction. I'm from the United States. We can see it. You know, if anyone's from the States, you know, your first rap was about that. Your first poem was a little bit about the rising cost of living, the destructive relationships between men and women, our relationship with the earth, you know, that's just the United States. I haven't, you know, I won't mess with Colombia because I don't want to get like the evil one. But we all know it's there. We can all feel all these things just, you know, being destroyed. And what we're destroying is convention and structures. And it's going to be pretty painful. We can all see it coming. But there is a way out of it. You know, like in that mythology, how Shiva saw it and tried to do everything he could. You know, the divine masculine tried to do everything. And when I say divine masculine, I don't just speak about men, because feminine and masculine energies exist in all of us. But men do play a big part in holding that divine masculine, just like women play a big part in holding the divine feminine. And, you know, we can find a way forward mainly men, but if we can rediscover that divine masculine, that divine king, the warrior, the magician, the lover, and we can find that in ourselves, and then through that, we can create a safe space where the feminine can go back to creating that beautiful dance versus destroying the living shit out of everything. I don't have an ending. That's it. Thank you very much.
I was wondering when you said Kali had 10 arms.